Hi, I'm Eric. Welcome to WalkScape devlog number 48. At the start of this devlog, they are teasing two new skills that are coming into the game. They won't tell us exactly what they are, but they're giving us some pretty good hints by showing us some images here. So why don't we dig in? So the first process they're showing here is turning, I think it's like a hemp leaf into string, and then combining that string with bamboo to make a bow. And then they're showing us combining wood, logs, planks into like a birdhouse. Then they're showing us meat being cooked. And then they're showing us feathers with planks and smith bars to make arrows. And then a flower makes parchment, parchment plus leather plus feather equals gear. And then parchment plus grass equals some kind of glove here. So it looks very much like they're adding hunting to the game. That's kind of what I am guessing the string plus the bamboo is for bow. And then of course we got arrows here. Now I think the big question is if they're adding hunting to the game, that's why we got all this bows and arrow stuff going on, will fletching be added to the game? I think fletching would be quite interesting. You know, making bows, making arrows, all that kind of stuff. But I also think it's quite possible that that's going to be done under the crafting tree, like making the bows, making these arrows. I'm also very curious about kind of like this bird feeder and or beehive. I guess we don't really know yet. But I'm also very curious about how it functions and what it does. Because obviously if they're going to be adding this to the game, there's a purpose to it. And feathers plus planks plus bricks equals arrows. That's going to be interesting. Now I wonder if the arrows are used for hunting. I wonder like if there's a return on arrows. Like let's say you use a certain amount of arrows for hunting. I wonder if you'll also be able to pick up arrows that you've used like in RuneScape. And this parchment plus leather, yeah, I mean, I wonder if that's hunting gear. So I want to talk about what hunting could bring to the game. I played a number of idle-based RuneScape games in the past, and a number of them have had hunting. In these games, and what seems to be shown kind of here by showing us that there's leather and feathers, in these games, you hunt animals, and the animals give you drops, such as pelts, such as animal parts. Then you combine them with some kind of crafting or leatherworking skill, and you make gear. It could be for other skills, it could be specific to hunting itself. What's nice about a hunting skill, thematically, you could have your character go out, hunt animals, come back, and show you what the goods and rewards are. Which is different from how combat will be in the future. Because in the future, combat is going to be more so turn-based, kind of like Final Fantasy or kind of like Pokemon. Honestly, I'm very surprised to hear about new skills coming so soon. Because as we know, they're working on a bunch of stuff right now. They're working on partying up with other people to complete in step groups. They're going to start working on trading very soon. There's a bunch of stuff they're working on. So I'm actually very excited to see that we're actually going to get like new forms of content very soon. For those of you who have been following devlogs, last devlog, they introduced a series of quality of life features they want to introduce, such as notifications, such as traveling to locations and starting activity automatically. A lot of these would be fantastic quality of life improvements, but in order to get there, they have to do some groundwork, both in the infrastructure and in the coding of the game. So in this devlog, they're laying out a plan for how they will get there and what exactly they need to accomplish to put in these features that they promised. Once this game becomes available, we're going to have a lot of people putting demand on the system. And so it's very important that they have lots of efficiency improvements on the way the infrastructure and the software works. A big part of that is lag. So for example, if you've noticed at certain points in the game when you're logging in or when you're trying to open the Wikipedia, there are often big load ups where the game's trying to load assets and load content. One of the big goals with these improvements is improving loading time so the game loads up really quick. Right now it can take a bit of time to get in, but they're hoping to improve that exponentially. One of the biggest quality of life features that people have asked for is notifications. So imagine you finish a task in game. Being able to get a notification saying, hey, you've reached your goal. In order for the game to be able to do that and notify you as things as they are happening, they need to make some changes server side to be able to push out that information to you. By decoupling the game logic from the application, they'll be able to do things like send you those notifications. They'll be able to do things like create widgets that you could have on your phone that will show you data, and do things like push data to your smartwatch to tell you what's happening in game. Given that this is a game that is driven by your real-world steps, being able to get this data would be super helpful. Another issue that a lot of players have been having in the game is they're trying to log into the game, but then let's say something interrupts you. Like let's say your connection gives out, or let's say you click out of the app as it's loading. You can, in some situation, actually lose the steps that the game wanted to import. So one of these changes that they want to make is make it so that the steps import a little differently. That way, when they do import, hopefully there won't be this kind of loss. All of us players love new content. We love new features, we love new things coming in. I mean, what's more exciting than your favorite game getting an update? Something new to play with. However, these changes they're making now, while may not feel exciting at the get-go, these are the changes that will allow them to add many features that will serve the game for years to come, and that will allow the game to run smoothly with the many players that will come when the game goes open beta. So thank you very much, Shampoo, for this devlog. Obviously, the part that a lot of players are really excited to hear more about are the 2 skills that you're adding to the game. But also, we really do appreciate all these improvements, and we really do appreciate all the server-side stuff you're doing, and give us all these quality of life updates that we've been looking for bringing to the game.